I'm going to title this Flu Bug versus the ParaZapper and Vitamin C. You know, I think it was back, well, I was sick here for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which was Good Friday, Saturday, and Easter Sunday. And I was just sleeping. I missed going into the CPA firm on the weekend. I had missed doing that for years. And the only time I was that sick for probably many years. And I don't know where, well, to tell you the truth, I think I know where it came from. The last place I was at the gym. I was at the gym late Thursday night. And next morning, I just had no energy. It was sort of like I didn't have a cough. Didn't feel really sick to my stomach, but felt very weak. And I definitely probably had a fever somewhat. You know, I definitely had that. But what I was doing, I was using this thing the whole time. I mean, I'm probably using this about 15, 20 hours a day and taking the vitamin C. And, you know, the way I look at it, though, is really what goes on with these flu bug viruses and things. They're really starting in your stomach. So you want to take, it doesn't really necessarily have to be vitamin C. And this would not necessarily be the best form to take, because really what I want to do is take the Live On Labs liposomal vitamin C. I still got some of that left. I ordered 90 more packs of it. I says, man, I got to keep some big supply of that junk on hand. You know, I definitely figured I didn't need it for nothing. The ParaZapper, you know, I'm not 100% sure how it can. I know it's going to do a lot in the blood supply, localized areas, but it's difficult to say if it can pinpoint deep in the body exactly a specific area. So in other words, when you're talking about the GI tract, where most of the microbes are, you know, the electricity or pulse signal could be going around where the microbes are, because the microbes usually like areas of very low water. They live in an anaerobic area, or not an aerobic area, an area that contains very little moisture. Better, you know, that's usually what it is. So, you know, you got to do like a multi-pronged approach. Another thing, though, to take is a lot of garlic. But I swear to God, when you are combining these things, it works pretty good. I think this flu virus could have been very bad if I didn't do this stuff. It lasted, by Monday, and today's Tuesday, I feel pretty damn good. Monday, I was up and about, was pretty woozy. I finally got some spark plugs in for this motorcycle over there, and I put them in. I said, oh, that was the only problem. I said, my God. And, you know, a simple thing. Did some simple things. Still kind of woozy. But today I got up, felt fine. And, you know, this flu bug could have lasted 10 days, 2 weeks, or more. That's what I'm thinking. It's very difficult to say if I didn't do this, or what would have happened. The other thing is, too, you say you don't have these things. You know, the colloidal silver is a very good thing. Colloidal silver water is a very good thing. The stuff you make homemade, the 3 9-volt batteries, get it up to about 7 parts per million. And, you know, it's best to drink a whole damn quart of that stuff. Don't take a teaspoon. You're not going to turn silver, especially if you're only using it for a couple weeks or something. But when you drink a whole quart of it, I found out when you take a whole quart of that and you say you feel sick in your stomach, it's going to neutralize a lot of these pathogens. And that's, you know, that's one of the limits of the contact mode. I mean, I guess it's possible to somehow get through the stomach area, but you know, when I'm looking at how electricity flows, electricity basically takes the path of least resistance. You know, if there's, and usually where there's a lot of blood flow, that's where there's least resistance. The thing is, where there is a lot of blood flow, that's where the immune system is working too. And you know, it's a problem usually is to get at some of these microbes. The immune system can't really get at it as well because there's not that much blood flow in these areas. So there's not that much electrical, you know, conductivity in these areas. Now, the other side of it is this. When you have, you know, a sickness, most of the time they're really starting your gut or your GI tract or in your mouth. Usually it's your gut or your GI tract. This thing works 100% if you can reach where it is. But if you combine it with some other things, it works like crazy. And it's like dirt cheap. And I was running this all the time. But what the microbes do is when they're in your gut, they start jumping into your bloodstream. Then you got an extra problem. Then it's all going throughout your whole body. All your muscles are feeling achy. And, well, I didn't have any of that kind of problem. So I know a lot of times people, when they have the flu, they feel like they're sore all over. They get headaches. I didn't feel any of that. I just felt tired as crap. And I don't think I was taking enough. Gee, I started taking about 21,000. I think I started taking about 21,000 milligrams of this stuff. Backed it off from 30,000, then went to 25,000, went to 21,000. And I think right before I got the flu, I backed it off more. I was like, boy, I'm not backing off this vitamin C stuff no more. Because I think that's an integral part of not getting sick, too. I know the liposomal vitamin C is the better one to have, but it's a lot more money. And actually, besides having this, I got the 50, what do you call that? Not a 50, it's a 5-gallon pail of ascorbic acid. And that's all you need. I mean, it doesn't have to be, you know, camu berry vitamin C and all this garbage. And besides even vitamin C and garlic powder and colloidal silver water, coconut oil works really good too. It's very antimicrobial. And if you take enough of that stuff, it's going to soothe your stomach. And if you got some regular Coca-Cola syrup from a regular drink, Coca-Cola, the soft pop, not necessarily the soda itself, but the syrup. Well, that stuff is some powerful, and I think it's like floor stripper or something, but that thing seems to be a medicine too, believe it or not. I knew this way back, like 50 years ago. I learned that 50 years ago, to tell you the truth, the Coke syrup. I said, man, but you combine that, you're addressing the GI tract, and you're using the zapper, forget it. I mean, you're going to wipe out the problem. Thing is, I got now on hand coming, I got 90 packs of liposomal vitamin C. I was taking a little bit of it, but I was taking 2 or 3 a day. I probably took like 15, but I was thinking I didn't have that many left. I think I had 20 left in that one box still. And I usually just take one once in a while. I don't take them every day. The liposomal vitamin C, Live On Labs liposomal vitamin C. But I'm restocked up on that stuff. I says, man, I'll tell you what, I probably should have, if I had that stuff on hand, I probably would have made it into work this weekend, which I never missed for like 8 million years. But it was weird, I was just tired. But the effects on me, there was no muscular problem, like where my body was aching all over, or I had a headache. You know, I probably had a little bit of a fever. Didn't take a temperature or nothing. But I felt very weak. Weak as all hell. And you know, the problem with that is like the energy, where it's all coming in through the GI tract, your body's using up all its power in the GI tract and the immune system to actually, you know, stop the microbes. That's where your energy's getting knocked down. And you want to stop it in the GI tract, but say when it's in the GI tract, these microbes, what happens is it's jumping right out of the GI tract, going directly in the bloodstream, and then it's going all over the body. But that's where this thing comes into play. When using this positive offset, it's definitely getting your blood supply, and it's definitely going to knock out any microbe in your blood supply, and it's going to give your immune system a tremendous boost. And I think that's what saved my butt, to tell you the truth, man. But I could have been sick here for a long time. I was like, if I didn't do this stuff. It's weird, I was just talking about this crap, I think on Thursday, right before this happened. But you know what? I remember, I think it was this week. I think I was only taking 5 or 10, which is still a lot, but nowhere near what I was taking. 5 or 10,000 milligrams of this stuff versus the normal 20-something thousand. I was taking 30,000. I backed off from that. I think if you're taking a good 20,000, you're plenty. And the reason I was doing that was because I was taking so many other things. I was like, how much you can absorb, So, word to the wise, man. I think this stuff is worth more than a gazillion doctors with all their phony degrees and all their cute presentations. I don't know, one of these days the FDA is going to make these videos illegal on YouTube. So you better freaking get them now. I'm 100% convinced. Like, I'm one of the few people out there that has the discipline. They've been doing this stuff, experimenting with these zappers now for, I don't know, since like 2010. Here it's 2018. I've been experimenting with a number of these damn things. And I wasn't really 100% sure at first. I heard all the research. And, the only thing you could prove or say usually is it works in water. Kills microbes in water. But, if it kills microbes in water, you pretty much know it kills the microbes in the bloodstream. But, again, you gotta use some common sense. You gotta do a multi-pronged approach. And we're using technologies like a plasma machine, which is not this. Theoretically, you can get anywhere in the body with that, no problem, right? The problem though is you got to know the exact frequencies, and sometimes when you got this quote-unquote flu bug, it could be a number of different things. It's like the common cold is this or that. You don't know if it's viral in nature or it's bacterial in nature. It could be so many different things. It's just like a hodgepodge stupid label for a myriad of ailments that cause a common set of symptoms. So, and these stupid flu shots don't work. I stay the hell away from those stupid things. I don't know what the hell they're lacing that junk. But the positive offset, and there's all these multiple frequencies. I was using mainly 10,000 hertz and 5,000 hertz the whole time. I wasn't just using 2 frequencies mainly. And I also used Rife Mode 1. But I mainly used 10,000 hertz and 5,000 hertz. It worked. It worked. You don't even need to get the My 3, I don't think, but I've been using the My 3 all the time now. Since I got this one, that's all I use. And, but cheap one works good too, man, as long as you use the hell out of it. But it's like a multi-pronged approach that really works. And don't let them tell you it don't work. Because somebody might say, well, you were sick for freaking 3 days. Yeah, well, I was, but I keep thinking I could have been sick for 2 weeks or more. Sometimes, usually when you got a serious flu bug, and like I said, I think the only place I picked it up was at the damn gym. When I felt fine when I walked in the gym. I felt fine all that day, Thursday. Felt fine Wednesday. And I also remember I somehow or another, because I started thinking, well, I'm taking this vitamin C so damn long, and you know, I started backing off on it the last few days. And you know, lo and behold, I got sick on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I was sleeping most of the time. And I was still woozy on freaking Monday, which was yesterday. Probably if I was taking a vitamin C the whole time, maybe it wouldn't ever happen. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of weird, you know. Sometimes you think you got everything all figured out. But I can't. I'm pretty sure that if I didn't do this stuff with the Zapper and the vitamin C and the garlic and all that wonderful stuff, coconut oil, and actually I took a lot of carbon C60 too. Actually, you know what? I think it was Monday morning. I took 2/3 of a bottle of carbon C60 and downed it. 2/3 of a 100 milliliter bottle, which is maybe about, I don't know, well, 66 milliliters, whatever. It's around 267 milliliters. That seemed to help me out pretty good, pretty quick. I figured that thing's pretty damn antiviral too. So, but these homemade remedies, man, I think they're more important than the high-paid doctor garbage that's out there. They don't like you knowing this stuff. They're a bunch of yo-yos. I don't like doctors, to tell you the truth. No. I don't like professionals. And, you know, I still like working in that CPO firm a lot, but, you know, I like keeping in the redneck stuff, too, in the common sense area, too, quite a bit. But I figured I'd just relay this, because it was like it happened right after I did that video on a ParaZapper, man. I was like, oh my God, I don't believe this came out of nowhere. But I got a feeling it could have been a lot worse. I didn't have any aches or pains. I just felt, I was sleeping. I probably was sleeping 20 hours a day. Couldn't believe it. But it seems like it's 100% over now. That's pretty quick for a damn flu.